Welcome to the Kingsville Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan Public Information Center number 2. The slides you are about to see are being presented as part of the Public Information Center on Thursday, May 26, 2022. This presentation covers the background and purpose of the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan, the objectives and process of that plan, draft recommendations for infrastructure covering the cycling network and the road network, and the next steps for the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan. It is important to understand what a Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan is and what it is not. The Kingsville Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan is a multimodal plan that provides a long-range view for existing and future land uses. It is a living document that aligns with policies and other planning initiatives, and this provides a long-term vision and community building asset regarding transportation. The Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan is not a detailed design for transportation improvements, is not an authorization to construct major transportation improvements, and is not a study for very localized issues. The Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan follows the municipal class environmental assessment process, which requires completion of 2 phases of that process. Phase 1, identifying issues and opportunities with travel in the town, and Phase 2, identifying and refining a preferred town-wide solution. We are now in Phase 2, completing that section, and appreciate your comments as we show our draft recommendations for the transportation network. Throughout the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan, we have had consultation with the public and other stakeholders. The objectives of the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan include establishing a vision statement that shows how we will proactively plan for all modes of travel, and providing accessible streets for all ages and all abilities that encourage a seamless multimodal travel and transfer across different transportation modes. We want to support goals for a vibrant and connected community that promotes active lifestyles and enhances the quality of life for people who live, work, and play in the town. The vision statement for the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan is: the town of Kingsville provides a safe and accessible multimodal transportation network that enhances community connections, increases efficiency, and prioritizes sustainability while accommodating future growth and development. Active transportation includes walking, rolling, and cycling, any human-powered form of transportation. Our approach to planning for these modes of transportation includes 7 steps. Reviewing the existing conditions and gaps in the current network in Kingsville, looking for opportunities to enhance what is currently in place and integrate this into the larger countywide active transportation strategy and the Chrysler Canada Greenway. Third, develop local routes for recreation as well as utilitarian active transportation connections. Identify facility types and facility design guidelines. Identify estimated capital costs of infrastructure and identify funding sources. Develop asset management and maintenance strategy. And finally, develop a phased implementation strategy. The draft future cycling network recommendations are shown on slide 8, recognizing that there are about 87 kilometers of proposed new cycling facilities and 79 kilometers of existing cycling facilities that altogether would create a total network of over 164 kilometers of cycling facilities. The map shows the overall town of Kingsville and has additional information to show details for Cottam, Ruthven, in the urban area of Kingsville. We would like your input and feedback on ways we can handle Division Street South, portion south of Main Street. There are 4 different options that have been developed. One is to keep Division Street as it is today with the existing signed route for cyclists and edge lines. A second option would be to restrict parking on Division Street and implement a buffered bike lanes. That is the WSP recommendation. There would no longer be parking on Division Street South. A third option would be to keep Division Street as is and identify Queen Street as a signed route alternative to Division Street. And a fourth option would be to keep Division Street as is and implement buffered bike lanes on Lansdowne Avenue with restricted parking, as in no parking, and identify Spruce Street as a signed route. We would appreciate your feedback on which of these 4 options you would prefer, with the draft preliminary recommended option being option 2, restrict parking on Division Street and implement buffered bike lanes. The approach to the road network planning includes 8 steps, beginning with reviewing existing conditions, relevant existing policies, and gaps in the network, assess the town's future road and transit needs, develop cost-effective recommendations to fill gaps, review and update road and trail design standards, identify heavy truck routes, develop a 15-year implementation strategy, provide recommendations to address future impacts of emerging technologies, and finally, review and suggest updates for other transportation supportive policies and initiatives. Our team reviewed collision data over a 5-year period between 2015 and 2020 and noted 4 hotspots where collisions are clustered, including Main Street and Jasperson Drive, Main Street and Division Street, Highway 3 and Division Street, County Road 29, and Road 2 and Division Street. Our team also looked at the operational condition of a number of intersections in Kingsville. Generally, most intersections are operating at an acceptable level of service. This does not mean that there's no traffic or no vehicles, just that they're an acceptable level of service and would not necessarily require financial improvements, financial outlay to construct improvements to intersections. We did identify Main Street at Jasperson Drive as an intersection of concern that we want to address in our recommendations. Regarding the Main Street at Jasperson Drive area, we have identified several locations that could possibly have road extensions, and the area along Main Street from the Chrysler Greenway through Jasperson Drive and a little bit west, where there could be looked at further access management due to the number of driveways in this area. A combination of access management of driveways along Main Street and possible road extensions that would support Main Street and provide people alternate access to different commercial developments could help with access management in this important part of the urban area of Kingsville. There are several road network recommendations from the town's previous transportation master plan that we are carrying forward into this comprehensive transportation master plan and continue to recommend as road network improvements. These include a new westbound right turn lane at the intersection of Main Street and Jasperson Drive, a new traffic signal at Main Street and Heritage Road, and improvements to roads such as Kratz Road, Side Road, and Graham Side Road, Road 3 East, and the urbanization of Road 2 across much of the town's boundaries. In addition to what has been recommended previously, the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan includes additional recommendations, such as an extension of Heritage Road to Road 2 and connections to existing communities. improvements to Kratz Side Road between Road 2 and Road 3, additional improvements to Road 3 between Graham Side Road and County Road 29, and improvements to McCain Side Road in the southwest portion of the town. The existing pedestrian signal that had been used for the high school is being proposed to be relocated slightly to the west to serve as an intersection signal at Santos Drive and Main Street. This would provide controlled access for vehicles as well as active transportation, and also support redevelopment of properties in this area. 3 truck routes to and from the port area are being explored, and we would appreciate your feedback on which you think are most appropriate. One is primarily using Weigel Avenue toward the east, Weigel Avenue to Main Street. Another uses Division Street to Main Street, and a third uses Heritage Road to Main Street. This slide shows how we get to Weigel, Division, and Heritage from the port, the additional streets that also are being used. With the road network improvements recommended through the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan, roads are being improved and could be used as a bypass of Main Street for east-west traffic through Kingsville. Options include Graham Side Road and Kratz Road to get to Road 2, the new Heritage Road extension, and Road 3. This slide shows these different options that can be used to alleviate through traffic on Main Street as well as on Division Street in the downtown of Kingsville. Transit improvements include considering partnering with local taxi providers or ride-hail services, if and when they are available in Kingsville, to improve local on-demand transit within urban areas. We would appreciate your feedback on this and all the other slides in this presentation, but if you believe that such a partnership could be beneficial to provide a transit opportunity, additional transit opportunity within Kingsville, we see these as types of services as providing a more flexible method for on-demand service without the need for larger vehicles, and can be subsidized for point-to-point travel within urban Kingsville. We have seen this model used in other communities in Ontario and Canada. Customers would pay a transit fare for a shared taxi or ride-hail services between defined locations, with the municipality possibly subsidizing the remainder of the cost. We would appreciate your feedback on such an improvement and such a recommendation as to whether or not it's something that you would use or you think would be beneficial in your community. The next steps for the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan include summarizing and processing the input received through this second round of consultation so that we can refine the different recommendations that we've made through this presentation and prepare a draft Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan in the near future. After council endorsement of the plan, we would issue a notice of study completion and undertake a 30-day public review period. Thank you for listening to this presentation for the Public Information Center for the Kingsville Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan. Please feel free to visit the town's website shown on the screen to provide further input and to receive more information on the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan. There also is contact information for town staff and WSP staff if you would like additional information that way. Thank you again, and we look forward to your comments.